welcome back to Second Take Movies, the podcast where we give movies a second look, second chance, second take, if you will. I'm your host, Preston Jenkinson, and joining me for like the fifth time to talk about Power Rangers, it's Jake Twido.
Party time, baby. Marty Morphin, Power Rangers.
Might as well call him the co-host at this point.
Oh, well, I think the first episode I was on with you, I said I was the host, actually.
Yeah, you tried to take over the first episode.
Yeah, so no. Yeah. Well, hey, everyone. Welcome to Third Chance Podcast by Jake. This is the real title. I'm Jake. With me for the first time is Preston. We're watching some Ranger Powers.
This week, I'm sipping on a Bud Light seltzer that I picked up on sale on the way home from work. Where it's another boozed up podcast.
Yeah, this episode brought to you by the sponsor Waterloo. Grape water.
Great.
You're getting more expensive. Sponsor this. Send me cases.
Yeah. The story. A group of high school students who are infused with unique superpowers harness their abilities in order to save the world. More like their little town that they live in California somewhere.
Yeah, that's weird. Like you said that just now, and I went, no.
It's just Angel Grove.
Nope. Yeah, but they have a Krispy Kreme, dude. So they're cool.
Oh my gosh, we'll get into that. Positive and negative reviews. Justin Lowe of The Hollywood Reporter says, Israelite, building on his experience with teen sci-fi feature Project Almanac, orchestrates a vastly more complex array of characters, action set pieces, and technical resources for a combined effect that maintains dramatic tension even while teetering on the brink of excess.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop you. I didn't know he did this movie. I've met this guy several times.
Really?
He's the guy that did the Are You Afraid of the Dark reboot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met him a couple times.
Dean Israelite.
I've met digitally, as in like a video chat between.
Same difference.
I did some sound effect work for something that it was small projects. It was not anything big.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't know that he did this until you just said that.
I think he came from like small independent stuff. So
yeah, he was not anything when I had at once talked to him or anything else. He had a weird short film that was pretty good, and I can't pronounce it. It's like Alacanade or something.
Yeah.
Sorry. So hey, I just learned something. And a lot of it makes sense. A lot of this movie makes sense to me all of a sudden. Not negative, nothing negative against him, but it makes more sense.
I can't remember if I've seen Project Almanac. I've heard of it, but
you know what? You said that, and I was like, I swear I remember a trailer. I don't think I ever watched it.
I don't either. I might have, but I did. It faded from memory.
It had God, this is reaching. Johnny Weston is an actor. I think he was the lead guy. Did you ever watch the Divergent movies?
Yes.
That they never released the last one. Yeah, he was in that movie franchise. Okay. I don't remember. I don't know why my brain's working all of a sudden. I think I'm tired of working, and I'm like, yeah. But sorry, hit me with the negative, dude.
The negative. This is the meanest review, negative review we've had.
I'm in. They love Dunkin' Donuts, not Krispy Kreme. Go ahead.
Robbie Collin of the Telegraph says, the ugly and incomprehensible big finish we get appears to have been shot by the Hunchback of Notre Dame and edited by a monkey wearing oven gloves. And if there's a single clear shot of the dinosaurs in the action there, I must have missed it.
Yeah, that... Okay, here I have a big problem with people that review movies. Like, I guess technically we're doing that right now, so I have a problem with us. But that guy doesn't know how to do anything with movies, doesn't understand how they're made. He probably lives in his mom's basement on a couch that's really, really smelly.
Yeah. Like, neither do we, so.
Yeah. But that, everything that was just in that, most of the negative reviews you say, I'm like, yeah, they got a good point. That guy, nah, that's just dumb.
Yeah.
That is just stupid.
Right.
And there's some problems with the final ending thing. Yeah, but
for some reason, I really want Krispy Kreme.
Preston, I don't know if you know about these delicious fluffy circles that you can buy that are sometimes hot and
so great
ready.
There's even an app now.
Tells you when they're hot and ready?
Yeah.
Ah, jeez. I'll say something. I never had a Krispy Kreme donut until I was married. No, I was engaged.
Whoa.
Never had a real hot and ready one.
Really?
Yeah. You get the grocery store box stuff. I just never did it.
Did they not have one in Clemson, or?
There's one in Anderson pretty close nearby, but
Okay.
I don't like sweets, so I don't like seek it out.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something. This podcast brought to you by Krispy Kreme. If you put a hot and ready Krispy Kreme in your mouth, it melts.
Like whatever they paid for their product integration, they got their money's worth.
And what a weird product integration, man.
I kind of like it. Like lean into it. Like, you know what? Go all in.
You know what? I did some
cheap.
research. I went to see, like, all right, does Krispy Kreme have a Power Rangers connection anywhere?
No.
Kinda. But no, nothing big.
I remember when this movie came out, I remember seeing all the Krispy Kreme boxes with Power Rangers on it.
Yeah, so Krispy Kreme. I mean, good for them, I guess. You know what? You don't see them in a lot of stuff. Go for it.
My next two I probably should have combined together, but I really like the opening of this movie, and Bryan Cranston is always a good decision.
I guess for me, like, I didn't see this in theaters. This is the first time I saw it, and I forgot everything connected to it. But I forgot Bryan Cranston was in this. So as soon as I heard that voice, it was like, oh, wait a minute, who is this? And then Alpha 5 too, it was like, who is this voice? And I love Bill Hader, but let me go ahead and tell you, buddy, I grew up through the first Power Rangers. Let me just be the grumpy old guy. That Alpha 5, why did you make a Star Wars Episode 1 little droid thing? Like, make it this derpy weirdo.
Well, for me, I've always hated Alpha 5. Like,
oh, he was the worst. But you know, in the original,
terrible.
He's so hated. Like, just that's more like Gollum. Yeah, someone saw what is that series? Danger Will Robinson.
Lost in Space.
Yeah, someone saw that in Japan and said, "Oh, we can use this," and they just cloned him. That's it.
So it starts out with we find out that which I like what they did with the lore in this movie. Like Zordon was the original Red Ranger. Like he led a team that failed at stopping whatever they were fighting at the beginning, which I guess they were going to get into in the sequel. And
Rita's the Green Ranger, which
in the original show, she created the Green Ranger to fight the Power Rangers.
Yeah, like trust me, man, I'm not a Power Rangers nerd. I just remember
I am.
every day. Well, I guess I am, because I remember every day watching every episode of that with Tyler Bradley.
Well, so he told me that his mama wouldn't let him watch it.
Maybe it wasn't Tyler, but I know I don't remember.
Maybe y'all snuck it in.
You know what? Leave this in, but think about cutting it out. I don't want to get this guy in trouble, man. Like, Janice Bradley is a lovely person. I do not want to make her mad, though.
She's a great person.
She's the best. But yeah, I love that change.
Yeah,
made this make so much more sense, because like I remember as a kid being like, why does this Zordon guy hate her? I don't get it.
It gives Rita and Zordon a reason to be enemies.
And I'm going to go ahead and really quickly make the probably say this at the end, like this movie makes some changes that aren't what Power Rangers are.
Yeah,
it's not the original stuff, but for the most part, they make them in a good way. Like they all kind of make sense. This is the first time where, you know, we've talked about Cowboy Bebop some. I hate the live action one. They made some changes that just didn't.
I never finished the live action. I fell off on that.
Good. Don't finish it. Yeah. You know what? I urged you to do it. Now I'm telling you, don't.
Yeah.
But like they made changes that didn't line up. They made changes, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? That makes a lot more sense. That is okay. It's the first. I think this is the first thing like this that I've ever had. So.
But basically,
they killed the dinosaurs, man.
Yeah, Zordon killed the dinosaurs by calling down an airstrike, basically. And he throws the power coins. I don't know how he had. I guess the rest of the Rangers are dead. That's how he has the other power coins. And
which do they? Okay, forgive me. Do they turn into the power coins when they die, or do they carry those on them?
No, those are carried on the Rangers. That's like. Part of at least in the show, it was part of the costume. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you did the belt,
yeah,
geez. Which forget this movie, they didn't do that. Bad change.
Yeah, I wish they would have done like that. This movie wasn't trying to be goofy or corny or anything like the show. They were trying to go somewhat serious, but it was still a light tone.
I was honestly, I was hoping it was going to be goofy and stuff, but this wasn't based on the original movie or the original show either. It's off of Power Rangers Ninja Steel.
Yeah,
that's the series it's based off of.
Combined like some of the different Power Ranger series lore. Like the Zeo Crystal doesn't come in until like the second or third season when they got rid of the original cast.
There's another. I love anime. I mean, everyone's gonna be like, "God, that guy's weird." There's another anime. I can't say the Japanese of it. It's Space Squadron Kaio Ranger. That mixed part of it. So there's a lot of things I was like, you know what? I've seen this concept or seen this story, but I didn't put two and two together until like an hour ago. Sorry, I'll quit diverging you. But, look, if anything, I am the master of rabbit holes, man. You will not talk about this movie. We will talk about anything. So,
but basically, Zordon gets the thing, calls down the airstrike, blows Rita off into the ocean where she decays for the next 65 million years. And then we cut to present day and Jason, I can't remember. Jason Scott,
baby.
Him and a buddy are getting a cow out of a school, rival school, I'm going to assume. They're trying to steal the mascot.
Preston, I'm going to ask you something.
Okay.
Did anyone ever really do this in real life?
No.
Yeah, maybe
back in like the 60s or 70s when you wouldn't have gone to jail.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, kids, you go run off. And
I think we're at the point when people make movies now that this shouldn't be something. Yeah. Because no one understands it. Like not even in a small town like that anymore. No, you'd go spray paint something or draw a wiener on someone's building. But I mean.
But when I first saw this movie, I got really worried that we were going into Transformers territory.
It has that feeling. It
with legitimately a cow jack off joke. Like,
yep, right away.
I'm like,
and
oh,
also
no.
Here's my critique of the movie. I disagree with all the cinematography. The handheld camera, like kind of jittery the whole time, which I attribute to Transformers too. Like, God, it sucks.
Now I like that that shot when he's like running away when he gets in his truck and it's like that spinning camera. That was in Daredevil. Was awesome.
Yes,
I remember that from a shot in Daredevil.
That was fantastic. And I'll take it back. There are some incredible shots, but most of the like small action or talking, someone's got the like shoulder mount thing, and you got I don't know. And some of that I looked. Again, maybe I'm just insane right now and I hate my job and I just need a distraction. And I looked at some of the like algorithms for computer effects. And I think they put some of those in there. I think they had steady cams. Yeah. But they try to steal that dang thing, and Jason Scott gets put in house arrest.
And Saturday detention, I guess. Which why does he have to go there to graduate? Like, I don't feel like he would have missed a lot of school.
No, there's no way. But you get introduced to hilarious Billy Cranston.
Oh my gosh, Billy's my favorite.
Yeah, he's good. And you know what?
This entire cast is good except for Trini.
Yeah,
she's what happens when you cast a pop star in your movie. Like,
yeah, that was ridiculous. Who was that? Becky something.
Becky G, I think is her name.
Becky G.
She's like she's a Hispanic pop artist. Like she does Spanish
have a real last name. Okay, you're not Cher. Yeah, Billy was great. The original Billy. I didn't care that it didn't line up to my original cast.
Yeah, fun fact: the character Billy Cranston is named after Bryan Cranston, who voiced.
I was going to ask you.
Who voiced a lot of the monsters in that was one of the first things he did was voicing the monsters in the original Power Ranger series.
How wild is that?
Yeah.
Like
they named a character after him, basically.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
I kind of like, and I don't know, it's kind of weird to say, like, Billy definitely has autism.
Oh yeah, like it's part of his character, like he says.
But like, I just love, like, they don't make him seem lesser, nothing.
Right.
He gets bullied with it,
but it actually function. Who knew?
It's fantastic. I hate movies that, especially autistic characters and people, that
aren't done well.
Bomb them, man. Like, it sucks. Yeah, they did a good job in this.
Not like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Like,
I hate that show.
Oh God! Don't ever look. If you ever do TV shows and you say, "Let's talk about Big Bang Theory," I'm out.
No, thank you. I have no. No. But
Yeah, you mean Kimberly too.
like is Dacre Montgomery as Jason Scott.
I'm gonna tell you something. That
For those
guy
that don't
is
know,
such an actor.
He's the
Billy,
crazy guy with the mullet in Stranger Things.
He's
amazing.
He's Australian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, I don't know. He should be in more stuff. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, like
he's in the new Elvis movie that's coming out.
Is he Elvis?
No, he's not Elvis. I wish he would have been cast as Elvis. I think he would have done a good job.
I'm gonna tell you that thing looks terrible.
Oh, it looks good, dude. What are you talking about?
I need to watch it again. I watched it once and something said, "Oh God," but I'm also not an Elvis fan, so
I'm not I was when I was a kid, but I'm not the biggest Elvis fan. No. Anyway, but I love that they get away from it would have been easy for them to have the trope of Jason is the popular quarterback kid who would pick on the weird kid of Billy. Yeah, but he's actually sticking up for Billy.
That was
I feel like that's more of a modern high school thing. Is why are we picking on this kid? Stop.
Yeah, when this thing started, man, I was on the same boat of great, we're gonna see this bully go for redemption. Nah, does it right away. I'm like, all right, I'm in on this. Again, great changes from the original.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all aboard. And Kimberly, Naomi Scott, I think.
Who played Jasmine in the most recent Aladdin.
Well, okay, that movie sucked, but
I like that movie.
Oh my God, man! Will Smith. Well, you know what?
Will Smith was having fun in that movie.
Yeah, he was having fun. It's not fair. Why can't I remember his name? God, man, I suck. The original Genie,
Robin
the greatest
Williams.
One. Thank you. God, man. Yeah, Robin Williams. He's not Robin Williams. He's not going to be great. I mean,
yeah. I mean, nobody was. Nobody's going to live up to Robin Williams. You had to do your own thing if you're going to be cast as Genie.
She was in Charlie's Angels too.
Oh,
but that one, yeah. I
haven't watched it. Don't plan on watching it.
No. And Terra Nova, but
yeah.
Again, hey, great. She did great. Yeah. I liked it. That's the weirdest thing I've said to you ever.
Jason stands up for Billy in the middle of class. Kimberly gets harassed by these teenage cheerleaders who... Why are they at school on a Saturday if they don't have to be?
Well, definitely they got to cheer for the team and probably have sex with a coach. Just saying. I mean... That's the only thing I can think of, Preston. They're getting
That's
A's.
Why they're there on a Saturday.
Getting A's and getting AIDS, baby. Anyway.
Why is she still she obviously there's this little plot line with her where she sent a picture of one of the other girls to somebody and got in trouble for it. And why are you still friends with them? And why haven't you blocked them? Because they just send her crazy texts.
Just
harassing her throughout the movie.
That angle. Man, you kill those toxic people, whatever. You screwed up or something.
That's what bothers me in movies like that. It's they're cyberbullying me. You can block people. It's easy.
I don't get cyberbullying at all. Guess what? Don't look at it.
Turn it off.
Hit the X button. It's not that hard. Turn this podcast off if we're bullying you. Yeah. It's not that hard.
I don't care if you've turned it off at this
podcast. We're bullying all of you.
But Billy and Jason make plans to block the SIM signal of his house arrest monitor so he can borrow Billy's car. And
that was I was like, this is perfect. I'm all aboard. This is stupid, but
yeah.
They go to the gold mine after that. He wants to go check out. Does he want to find rocks? Is
Somehow
that his deal?
This kid has access to explosives. Don't know why.
Amazon, dude. You can do anything on there. We're going to get on a list now, by the way. Yeah.
Probably. But but he drops Billy off there, and because they made a deal, he dropped Billy off and he gets the car for a few minutes or hours and spies Kimberly.
Is she skinny dipping in a lake or she not?
She's not skinny dipping. I think she's just in her underwear.
That's Preston. That is skinny dipping.
It's the same thing as a bathing suit.
No. There are bra straps and there are wires. Too much.
I've seen stuff with less support at the beach. That's all I'm saying.
Preston. Don't go to Myrtle Beach.
Oh,
Preston, I've been getting ads on a lot of podcasts I listen to visit Myrtle Beach.
Really?
Conan O'Brien had an ad for Myrtle Beach, and I went, I don't want to listen to this anymore,
like,
man.
Did he read it out on the podcast, or was
it? Yeah, he read one of them. One of them was, hey, you want to have a good time? Go to Myrtle Beach. But
well, everybody just goes there for the golfing, basically.
Yeah, and I forget, like, that's a big golf place. But hey, you know what, Preston? I'm not going to take you down the rabbit hole. They go, she's swimming, and Billy blows something up. Yeah.
Just a big old explosion. And then Zach is also there, and the Trini girl. I don't feel like they're like main characters in this movie.
No,
Zach, even though they're on Trini, the team.
They're useless bystanders. Bill Hader's more of a person in this than them.
Yeah. Zach's just there to kind of be the Raphael of the Ninja Turtles.
So here's where I really black out a little bit.
Okay.
They find these coins, right? They get the coins.
Yeah, because
they get hit by a train.
He
like car.
He hammers into this thing with that because they kind of see it in the glass kind of rock formation, and then like they chisel it out, and then they're like, "Ooh, what's this? Rocks that glow." And yeah, they pick it up, get in the car, get hit. That doesn't make I never understood that. They get hit by a train and wake up the next morning.
Okay, so thank you, because I feel better, because I'm like, man, there's something they missed here. Like,
I mean, at least have like a montage of like a quick in and out of like them getting home and blacking out and waking up and blacking out.
Well, I watched it and was like, I haven't been drinking tonight. Yeah. And I feel like I really just blacked out all of a sudden, but no, it's there. I rewound it and watched it again, and it's really weird. But you know, they do the typical like, oh, I'm a superhero now. I have superpowers. Look at me.
You're like, oh, what happened? Oh, I'm breaking the sink. Ooh, I broke my she reads like these texts, like, again, block them. She's reading these texts of these girls harassing her. She breaks her phone. And
yeah, you know what? This podcast isn't on video, and I'm over here momming stuff to you. So
yeah, I talk with my hands, so you know.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to give you one negative thing to this entire movie. Another movie where Elizabeth Banks is made into an ugly person. Hunger Games.
She's still looking good, though.
Oh, yeah. She's great, especially after she eats all that gold. I mean,
she's also in a completely different movie.
Yeah.
Like, she's in the campier version of this movie. I feel like the director was he gave her like a reference of the old TV show, and she was like, yes, I'm going to do that. He said,
your name is Rita Repulsa.
And you have a gold monster.
Yeah.
Go with it.
If I have a negative thing, I mean, I have other negative things that are small, but a big thing, this villain sucks. And
yeah. I mean, I like the casting and like the look of her, because she has the green armor because she was the Green Power Ranger, and it's different. I don't know where she got this extra power from. I guess that was going to be explored in a sequel. My guess would have been Lord Zed. They were going to bring that in.
Zed's dead. I know we'll probably talk about it later because you sent me this, but like watching that bootleg YouTube.
Yeah.
And like, you could have done this. Like, if you didn't send me that, my views of this movie would have been so much more positive. But
yeah. If you're not familiar with what they're talking about, this is Adi Shankar on YouTube. He does this thing called the Bootleg Universe, where he does short films that are like concept, like proof of concept.
And
he's done one for Punisher and some other things, but he did one for Power Rangers when they announced that they were doing a movie.
I'll wait to say anything else. Maybe at the end, bring it back. But
yeah, we'll talk about it at the end.
But her eating those gold necklaces was just I don't know why, man. It was weird.
And the way she shows up, Jason Scott's dad is a offshore fisherman, and I guess all fishing is offshore.
Is he? Because I don't remember his dad.
He's the other guy from The Office that was Pam's first boyfriend on The Office.
Dude, yeah, he's the guy that tried to punch Jim. Yeah,
he did punch Jim.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. I forgot. I forgot. I forgot him being in this completely.
Yeah. But
here's the next question I've got for you.
Okay.
The next scene. How do they find that spaceship?
Okay, they go back to the quarry. They jump across the thing because they figure out that they can jump really high. They can climb up these rocks really fast, and they can, do all this stuff. They dive down into this little gap between the rocks, and they land in water. And like Billy goes under, and they start glowing in the water. And Billy goes under and is like, "Oh, there's something down there." And then they submerge, and then like gravity shifts. The only reference I can think of is like in Godzilla versus Kong, where they go into that middle part of the Earth thing and gravity shifts. So like they come in underwater, but then like they drop down from the water. The water's on the ceiling wherever this ship is. It's like a different universe, kind of.
And you know what? This is way too complicated.
Yeah.
And the next part of this, like they get there, they meet Zordon or Alpha 5. I guess they're dead, or their consciousness is somewhere else.
Yeah, Zordon's consciousness is in the matrix of the ship.
Which, I'll wait actually later, but then it's like, maybe I'm just missing stuff. I don't know. They tell him like Rita's going to have full power in 2 weeks. How do they know that?
I guess they've done the math. I don't.
Nerds.
It's an advanced spaceship, but that's where we meet Zordon, who's played by Bryan Cranston.
Zordon, would you like some meth? I grew it myself.
Who's better than the original show of being trapped in a tube. In this, he's in like a wall where he can slide around.
It's better.
Yeah,
hold on, give me 1 second.
It's still a floating head.
I'll be right back. I just got an alert. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Don't kill me. Give me 2 secs. Good.
All right, we're back. And so where were we?
They're about to start the training montage.
Yes.
Which
they meet, weird. and Zordon, we're in the ship. Zordon tells them, "You're the Power Rangers, and this is the morphing grid. This is where you get." I don't know if he said this is where you get your armor yet. But he explains what the Power Rangers are, and they just protect life on Earth.
And this is where I also said, "All right, they're trying too hard." Like, nah, man, you're future ninjas. Who cares?
Yeah, and they say, "Oh, we're the Power Rangers." Like they've heard of Power Rangers before.
And I feel like Zordon, like, I guess because Jason has the red Power Stone, whatever it's called, Power Ring.
Power Coin or whatever.
Coin, thank you. He connects with him and pleads, like, you got to help me.
Yeah.
So you immediately get that connection of like, all right, these two got something going on. And they have the huge training montage where they keep doing stuff. They keep doing new things. And they can't morph. Whatever Bill Hader, Alpha 5, shows them the Zords. And one of those jokers steals one. And of course, it's Billy. No.
It's Zach.
Zach.
But
Billy morphs because of
the design of those Zords.
I don't like the designs of the Zords or the actual like Ranger suits.
I didn't mind the suits. The Zords, I'm like, no, thank you.
I think they went really realistic with it. Like it looked like football pads.
I like that it comes out of them like armor. Like it.
That was cool.
Comes around them. It wasn't like this whole long process of, and it's not cloth.
Yeah.
And plastic.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that's where like that's what I wanted to see is the cloth. So in my head, I'm like, all right, this looks like.
I think they could have incorporated that that white kind of diamond design into it, because in that bootleg thing, the design of those suits, as cheap as they were, looked good.
Dope. And dope. And you know what? The Green Ranger and the flashbacks in the original where he's
with
got
the hologram shield.
Ooh.
Wow.
Man, again, if you didn't send that to me, my thoughts about this movie would be so much better.
Yeah.
They're so much lower after watching that.
I just remember when that came out. That was like 2 years before this movie came out. And everybody was like, do that.
Yeah. Kind of, but it's kind of funny. That's kind of like the Mortal Kombat movie. I don't know if you remember when they someone created their own Mortal Kombat series.
It became a web series. Like, it got picked up by the company that owns Mortal Kombat, and
it was incredible, man. Like,
yeah,
kind of. I mean, the new Mortal Kombat movie. It's got its problems, but it kind of attributes all that.
Was an episode of this podcast, by the way.
I've listened to it. I was trying to. Hey, if you haven't heard that episode, go back in the catalog. It's an episode where I lead the entire thing.
Nope, you were not on that episode.
You get the Billy. They ride the Zords out.
Yeah.
Jason gets ticked, but
yeah, he's like,
Billy
because he comes crashing back in, and he's like, dude, Zach, what are you doing?
And Billy gets the. He's trying to help people. He's frustrated. He can't help them. So then he.
Stop. And he's the first one to morph. And then Zordon's like, do it again. Because it leaves him, because he's kind of ticked with him at this point. He's like, this is not Power Rangers.
Yeah. But oh man, the next part is I don't know. It's not funny, but it's like, what is happening? They decide that Zordon's like, you can't do it. Get out. We're going to die. Yeah. Get out. And like, hey, man, I'm Zach. Let's go camping outside. I brought food.
Yeah, and I have a note about that.
Okay, good.
Apparently, this is a word for word what I wrote down. Apparently, a mystical power in the universe needs you to get to know each other before you can access it.
Yeah, and that was some bullcrap there. It's
like the power of friendship. We made fun of the power of love in our Matrix episode. The power of friendship will help us morph.
Yeah, I checked out there for a hot while.
I did. I
don't care.
I've seen this movie before, and I was like, I checked out for like that next 10, 15, 20 minutes until they get their suits.
And hey, rightfully so. Every movie does this. Every movie. I don't want to see this again. And if you're going to show it, do it
Trini's like, oh, my family doesn't understand me because I'm a lesbian. Big freaking whoop.
I saw Suicide Squad Part 2, or the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
They introduced all their backgrounds, and it was natural. This?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
Let's just sit around a campfire. Oh, but Zach's scared to be at home because he's scared his mom's going to die because she's very sick while he's there.
Dude, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Your mom might die. Why don't you be there to help her?
Yeah, dude.
Zach's an idiot.
Which, to be fair, there's shots of him helping his mom and getting her pills and everything, but
those are fake. Zach's a jerk. Down with Zach. You do get the I don't get this at all, but Jason goes back in and hears Zordon talking. Mm-hmm. So Zordon's scheme is, if they morph, he can become real again.
He can access that power when they access the morphing grid, and he can use that power to gain physical form again. He can go through there and become a real boy.
I'm not a puppet on my Zordon. That was the dumbest part. I was like, this doesn't make sense, and they drop it so fast. But they drop it to save. I guess they drop it to save Billy.
Yeah, because this Elizabeth Banks. Rita Repulsa uses this moment to attack the Rangers. She attacks Trini, which leads them to all meet and come up with a plan.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She sneaks in her house.
Yeah, she tells her to meet me at the port or the docks or whatever.
Just the place where people hang out. Yeah. Every bad person. I'm going to be at the docks, see?
And going back before this, during that whole training montage, Billy has figured out where this Zeo, because they're trying to find the Zeo crystal is somewhere in Angel Grove, of course, because that's where they found all these power coins or whatever, and that's where
I don't remember, but I'm just going to go and ask: is it in a Krispy Kreme?
It is under the Krispy Kreme.
Oh man,
Krispy Kreme. You had the best. I'm looking in the camera, but there's no one's gonna see this but me. You found the best product integration in the world. Like, your product integration is integral to the plot of this movie.
Yeah, hey, Preston, thanks for that. Let's go to an ad real quick. Hey, kids and girls, go to Krispy Kreme to get your own Zeo Crystal. We'll put it in a hot and fresh. We'll put it right in the middle. We'll cover it in glaze.
Honestly, it's a great donut.
Wow, Preston, I can't believe you got that ad in this. This is great. So,
yeah, I'm super rich now because apparently they overpay for product integration.
Yeah, I know, man. You just get they paid so much, you just get one donut. So,
but during that training montage, Billy figures out it's under the Krispy Kreme. Kimmy and Trini have like this weird, fun, flirtatious fight over a donut in the Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme is mentioned so much in this movie. It's ridiculous.
I think it's the only product that's really mentioned, which is weird. Normally, like, you get Coke in there, you get...
Oh, yeah. If this was a Michael Bay movie, you'd have like 3 or 4 different ones. Anyways, she figures out it's under the Krispy Kreme as well, as Rita does. Well, the reason she does is because she kidnaps all the Rangers at the dock and has them tied up. And she's like, where's the Zeo Crystal? And she knows Billy found it. And he tells her that it is under the Krispy Kreme because she threatens the other ones because they try to ambush her for some reason. And she's this all-powerful Ranger. And she drops Billy in the water.
Sorry.
I thought you said something. I was looking.
I did. I said she's an all-powerful gold boy, and then I just went, "What did I just say?" I thought I was yawning and saying that, and so I went, "Did I say what I wanted to?" No, I don't know,
no. But she drops Billy in the water, and he drowns.
Yeah. So typical movie. We got to find a way to resurrect him. They bring him back to the ship. And Zordon, I guess, like, gives off his power to do that because they come to the consensus that they're willing to die to beat Rita. And that's what unlocks the morphing grid.
Mm-hmm. Because of their love for Billy.
I'm going to go ahead and ask, okay, it's the love for their Billy. Love for their Billy. That love sounds for their weird.
Billy. They love their Billy.
They all have wieners and his name's Billy.
That would be love for their Willie.
Willie. But Billy spontaneously morphing earlier. How does that align to this? Is it because he loved them?
Yeah, he was trying to keep his friends from fighting.
Yeah, look, I'm just Preston. I watched all the Matrix movies here.
Yeah,
tired of dealing with love fixes it. No, let's have some hate.
Yeah,
let's have some they hate Rita that hard that they're gonna
hate solve the problem for once. Jeez,
I mean,
Spider-Man 3. This thing. Let's come on. So Billy comes back to life.
Yeah, Billy comes back.
Zordon uses, like, the morphing grid starts to go off, and then Zordon, instead of manifesting his physical form through that, he says only one can pass through, and I guess Zordon is God now because he brought somebody back to life.
Yeah. Yeah. This is around the time when I started saying, like, okay, this is ridiculous. I don't care anymore.
And I remembered liking this movie when I started watching it. I was like, man, this was when I first saw it in the theater. I was like, man, this is great. This is what I wanted.
Same thing. I was like, honestly, when you said watching this movie, I was like, I hate you, Preston. You still hate me for Sky Captain. And started watching this one. This isn't that bad. Got to this point, and I went, okay, now we're going off the reservation. Now Bryan Cranston is doing some hardcore drugs.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bryan Cranston probably got a big paycheck for sitting in a VO booth that with a camera motion capturing his face for like a couple.
But you know what? I'll tell you, the background of him, like, you were in the original stuff doing voices, deserves it 100% because the movie wouldn't exist without him. Probably.
I mean, he's earned sitting in a VO booth just doing a few hours of lines.
Yeah. Do you? And I know I'm skipping slightly ahead. It's like they figure out that they can morph. Rita creates Goldar
from the gold mine, like because for some reason she can control gold. It's never explained.
I had to look this up. Do you know what the other little things she creates are called?
Putties.
Putties
that are made of rocks.
Does the weird. I don't know. It was like the grossest and weirdest.
They were better
thing.
designed in the original show, honestly. Like, just use that design
even in the first movie.
It.
I don't know if you ever watched Power Rangers and
of course I did.
Yeah,
I was a boy in the 90s. Like,
dude, I went to Burger King before, got my toy, then I went and saw this, held the daggum Red Ranger toy that I got while I watched it. Dude, covered in popcorn after, but
I got when that movie came out, I already had the original Megazord because half of the Power Rangers memorabilia is in my parents' house right now. I had the original Megazord. That's all I ever wanted for Christmas was Power Ranger toys. So I got that. New movie came out. Had to have that one. Boom.
Oh, God.
Oh, and then the White Eagle sold separately. Got that too.
Dude, let me tell you something on that. I remember when the Green Ranger became the White Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
That was the biggest game changer in my life. It was like, they did something so crazy. Oh my God.
Zordon made it but honestly, the Green Ranger looks 100 times better than the White Ranger.
Yeah, definitely.
And unlike Ninja Turtles, everyone's favorite Ranger was the Green Ranger.
Definitely.
That's why 100%. My background is green right now.
Hey, look, me too, man. It's not St. Patrick's, but hey, I was all aboard. I'm showing my colors. Hey, not to foreshadow the end.
I forgot.
Tommy Oliver shows up.
Yeah.
I did too. I had lunch with friends today, and someone pinched me at the restaurant and was like, I don't see you wearing green.
I would have punched him in the eye. But
it was a female, so I couldn't do that.
You can't do that.
But yeah, so they get she raises them up. Mm-hmm. They have the big, Zord rush to get there.
Which, to their credit, in the very first episode of the original series, Goldar, her stupid monkey demon, that he was the first monster of the show.
I get it, but what a lame thing.
That was poorly designed. The Megazord was poorly designed. But my favorite bit was when they get in their Zords.
Power Rangers! I legit saw it, paused it, text you immediately. I was crying laughing at I can't believe they put this in here. And I don't care
they had to.
Any problems with this movie, they washed away. I said I don't care.
And it's kind of like the same shot from the show where all the Zords are lined up running together.
But going in and out of that scene, it's a completely different movie.
Made the 6-year-old in me so happy.
Yeah. Again, nostalgia does a lot, man. I didn't care. I said, yeah, this is stupid. I don't like the Rangers outfits. This is great.
Hearing that theme just injects serotonin into my brain. It made me so happy. Made me think of a simpler time.
You know what? Honestly, Preston, I would expect something like that from a movie that Ryan Reynolds is controlling.
Yeah.
Not some big blockbuster thing like this. They're so off guard.
Somewhat serious character study.
I told someone at work today that we were doing this podcast and it was about this movie. And I immediately said, I said, look, everything was great when they started doing the theme song. And the person said, what part are you talking about? And I told them, and they went, yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the Power Rangers are really. I never watched anything. I'm like, God, I'm old. I'm old, I guess. But
were they younger than you?
Yeah, they're.
Oh yeah, that was way
10 years younger.
I stopped after Power Rangers Turbo.
You know what? I stopped after the original, and I think it's because I moved.
I went all the way to Turbo, the second movie that they put out.
Maybe no, I did watch Turbo. You're right. I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
Boy, don't watch that movie again.
No, I've seen that. Seen that as an adult, and
oh God,
yeah,
it showed up on HBO Max one day, and I was like, oh,
yep,
I remember this.
I was bored and said, oh, gotta watch this.
Oh no, I don't. Ugh.
They okay, Rita
I have that Megazord too.
They get the yeah. Okay, sorry. Changing the topics completely. Let me tell you something. It's the most depressing thing in life. I had so many awesome Lego sets, and I had all the Slave One sets. I had every one of them. There's four old ones. I had them all, and I quit playing with Legos because apparently I needed to grow up, even though I didn't really want to. Did I accidentally pre-order the Mandalorian's
Razor Crest?
Naboo Racer?
Oh.
Yeah, accidentally. I think I was probably drinking too much. Bought it. I didn't cancel it when I figured it out, so it's all good. But yeah, things like what you just said, like you had the original Megazord and stuff.
Yeah.
I just wish, like, as the adult I am now, I wish I valued those more.
Yeah.
And didn't get rid of them. Like, I go to my parents' house. This isn't their fault. I'm not mad at them. Actually, not mad at them. They suck. They're terrible people. They didn't give me a good life. My mom, it's crazy. She color coded all my old Legos, took everything apart and color coded it for my nephew to play with. But she took apart all my Slave Ones. And it's like, dude, if I could do anything, I know no one's going to see the video. Like, I'd mount those suckers on the wall. Like,
yeah.
So, sorry, huge detour and rant, but like...
I will take us on one last tangent, then we'll get back into it.
Oh, no, there will be 5 more, but go ahead.
When I was a child, had all these Power Rangers toys.
Is this a Lion King song, by the way?
Yes.
When I was a child.
When I was a child, my mother bought... it was during Power Rangers Zeo. That's what this was from. It was like some kind of giant pyramid. I don't know for what. But I'm 28, 29 years old. I've never had this toy. Go into the attic. Help with my mom clean it out. This thing is still in the box from when she bought it in 1997. Had the original like KB Toys, which doesn't exist anymore, sticker on it. And I was like, Mom, what is this? And she's like, "Oh, I bought that for you for Christmas one year. Put it up here and forgot about it and completely
were a bad kid and didn't get it, dude."
I sold that thing for $200 on eBay.
Preston, I'm gonna tell you, people are psychos.
Mm-hmm.
That same related to that, Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
I found one card recently, and I know I've sold others. Like I sold them at a jockey lot when I was like 10 or 12. For like $40 for a whole notebook because I didn't care.
Yeah,
Pokemon wasn't cool, and I wanted it to be cool. Which life lesson? Who cares,
Look,
dude? Like
kids,
I played the new Pokemon game today recently. I don't care. It's the best thing in the world. Just do what you love.
This is my one advice to kids right now: like what you like.
Yeah, and don't give two craps. Because you know what? If you like what you like enough, you get old, and those Pokemon cards they sell for like $1,000 a piece.
I wish I still had mine.
I sold a Charizard for about $560 something.
Wow.
But you know what sucks is every other card that I had in my private super stash didn't play them because they're good. I think I did the math. It's like $17,000.
Well, I think the thing now is like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Those things are
okay. You want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh? I already punched myself in the kidney on those. So, anyways, Goldar sucks.
Goldar goes big.
Megazord
them. Sucks. They have big fight, go boom. They save Angel Grove. That's all honestly, you need to know.
Yeah, but at this point in the movie, I think I'm done with Transformer fights. This was a Transformer fight.
Yeah. Now
there's not to it. It's just big things.
Pacific Rim fight. I'm into.
I need to watch those movies.
That is the first Pacific Rim is such a good movie.
If you're saying it, I will go watch it then.
Directed by Guillermo del Toro. It teeters the line between, is this campy? No, it's actually good. Whoa.
That's Hugh Jackman too, right?
It's Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy.
Got it.
It's Idris Elba, who gives the best inspiring speech since Bill Pullman in Independence Day.
He's not acting anymore. Apparently, Idris Elba. He's going to focus on his music career.
Okay,
he's a pretty good DJ. Just gonna throw it out there.
We'll touch on the Power Rangers short here.
Yeah, let me tell you again. If you didn't send me this movie would have been better. That's 14 minutes.
I'll put it in the description of this episode.
Yeah, please do, because if no one's watched that is, oh man, and maybe like kind of like Deadpool or anything else. Like I want the R-rated version. I want the real. If this was a real thing, This is how it'd be. Dude, that
Because
thing was bonkers, man. I don't want to spoil the ending of the 14
Adi
minutes.
Shankar, there's a video of him out there describing why he did it this way.
It's so funny too. It's just like
he was like, these are child soldiers, and that's what Zordon chose, was child soldiers, basically, and that would mess people up.
Power Rangers came from some Japanese anime, didn't it?
Super Sentai,
which that's a huge theme. Gundam, one of the first super mainstream animes that hit the East or the West, excuse me.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole thing is about child soldiers, and it's such a good, that whole series is so good, but it's depressing though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Power Rangers thing you sent me.
Very R-rated, by the way. Very R-rated. Yeah,
extremely. But it was it was the most impressive thing I've watched.
Did you see the end credit scene for this movie?
No, I didn't, and I need to go and watch it. I pulled it up before we looked. I've got a plot thing, and the green jacket.
This is basically a tease for Tommy.
Are they making more movies?
Nope. Hasbro bought them a couple years after this movie came out. They bought Power Rangers, so we might get another movie. But
I saw the numbers. They profited like $40 million.
They didn't make this movie. Did not make a lot of movie. This movie did not make a lot of movie. This movie didn't make a lot of money,
which is wild. Like, it profited $40 million box office versus budget.
Yeah,
that's not a lot.
The overall Metacritic score was like a 41, but
yeah, and I don't think it's terrible. I think
it's not terrible. No, I
other movies that came out at the time, I think.
I actually like this movie, even though I kind of dumped on it at a lot of points. But
oh yeah, I did too. And Preston, when you sent this to me, it was like, God, screw you, man! I can't believe you're gonna make me.
At least this. I didn't send the one from '95.
Oh boy, I'd watch that. I would watch. No, I don't. I've watched that, and then
it's terrible. I can't. I would never put anybody through that.
No, but hey, end of the day, it's not a bad movie. I hope they make a sequel, honestly. And I did just pull it up, and I see they canceled the sequel.
I think Dacre Montgomery said like it's dead. So
yeah, and you know what? I don't know. I want to see other stuff that guy can do.
Yeah,
I'm a Stranger Things fanatic. I guess
he's really good. He's really good.
Yeah.
Let's rate this. I forgot. I keep forgetting to rate movies. 7?
7.2.
I give it an 8.
I want to give it an 8. There are a couple of weird things that I'm like, and most of it to me is the camera movement. But it's also that was the style of the time, the shaky cam stuff.
Yeah.
So if this was that day and I watched it, I'd probably give it higher than an 8 even. But it's 7.2. It hurt my brain to watch this movie sometimes.
But that's Power Rangers from 2017.
So thanks for listening to the podcast, guys. This is Fourth Chance Take on the movie, sponsored by Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts and Coca-Cola. We got Preston still in the booth. Thanks for him being here. He's cranking some seltzers. I got some sparkling waters, Fireball. This is the podcast of the day. Next week, we're going to watch... Preston, what are you watching next week?
I'm doing Blade 2, where I'm doing the rest of the Blade trilogy the next 2 weeks.
Okay, guys, I'm not going to be here, but Preston's doing the Blade trilogy, and we're going to figure out why vampires hate garlic and why they love awesome dance music.
You know what? I'm going to let that be the outro of the show.
Dude, I'm down, bro.
You can find us on Second Take Movie. You can find us on all the social medias at Second Take Movies. You can send a suggestion to secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. And for Jake, since he gave us that wonderful exit, I will say I'll see you next week with Blade 2.